Good evening, and welcome to my live broadcast this evening as the awareness for Nigeria disintegration continues. Welcome to my live broadcast. This day, 17th of March 2020. Thank you for joining me. Today, it is not too late. The time is still very much Chidi Charles. Thank you for joining me, Uche Akware, my own Uche. Thank you for joining me this evening. Thank you, Augustine Jr. Thank you for joining me, Christian Okafor, Prince Ndubisi Onyema. Thank you for joining me, Enujieke Chinedu. Citizen Anna, thank you for joining me. Tochukwu Ekpa, thank you for joining me. Oliver Chibuzo, thank you for joining me. Izuna Anozie. Ability Obina, thank you for joining me. Franklin Chima, my own Franklin, thank you for joining me this evening. Joy Collins, Mark Ben, my own Mark Ben, thank you for joining me. From Lagos, Victor C. Onoha, thank you for joining me. Ngozi Ibe is watching. My own Ngozi, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Osha Edwin Obiora Kings, thank you for joining me. Thank you, John Chris Naji. Thank you for joining me. Christian Okafor, thank you for joining me. Itodo Cyril Kenneth, thank you for joining me from Finland. Ebuka Don, thank you for joining me. Chuku, thank you for joining me. Obiageli Uzoegbo, my own Obiangeli, thank you for joining me from Italy. Bishop Manley, thank you for joining me. Okechukwu from Austria, thank you. My own Uche Akware, I see you from San Francisco. Egbe Samuel, you are also watching me this evening. Udo Ada, thank you for joining me from Germany. Thank you for joining me. Kingsman, Emiki, thank you for joining me. Starboy Madu, Daddy Okoro, Bless Sonny, Emeka Ojukwu from Lagos, Michael Smith, Promise DK, Festus Agu, Joe Collins, Linson Blackman, Collins Williams. Thank you all for staying and waiting for me this evening. Okafor Frank, Anthony Brown, Don Newton, thank you for joining me. Agumo Keka, thank you for joining me. Okechukwu Excellence, thank you for joining me. Obona Charles, thank you for joining me this evening. Okwosa Ebele Patient, Ifan Chuku, you are all waiting. I am going to give you more information this evening. Tag your friends, tag your Yoruba friend, tag your Dudua friends, tag your Biafra friend, anywhere they are, tag them. Invite them to this live broadcast. Atato Jude, thank you for joining me. Ifeanyi Godwill, thank you for joining me. Umunna Kwe Okechukwu Godwin, thank you for joining me. Nonso Ejiogu, thank you. Obi Anyanwu, watching from Atlanta, Georgia. Chima Era, watching from Houston. Thank you, my own Jocelyn Noah. Thank you for joining me this evening. Sherry Fine, thank you. Watching from Germany. Benaro Okechukwu, watching from the United Arab Emirates. Chinedu Chime, thank you for joining me. Eriba Best Alo, thank you for joining me. Watching from Sweden. Emekanite, thank you. I see you watching from Lagos. Kaire Agbo. Joseph Eze, thank you. John Akanonu from Calabar. Bright Obison, thank you for watching me. Thank you also Chikwado Romance. Thank you Kinsley Okechukwu for joining me this evening. Ugu Alphonsus, thank you for joining me. Thank you also Kinsley Obi for joining me this evening. Joseph Chibuike, Etis Kaidon, Emeka Richard, Osita Dema Okuchi, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Franklin Chima, see you, my own Franklin. Thank you, John Sluke, all the way from Lagos. Prince Martin, thank you for joining me this evening. Elvis, time is running out now for the names, but I have to call other names like very quickly. Elvis Eleanya, thank you for joining me. John Bull, JB, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Buju Andrew. Thank you, Buju Billions Michael. Kokovic Victor, thank you for joining me. Frank Wankwo, thank you for joining me. Onyabo Bona, Tima Peters, Edwin Akpati, Prince King, Chukwemeka, thank you for joining me. Joshua Sonny, thank you for joining me. The names are much. Oluchuku Frank. Now we are almost 1,000 viewer. Edoradon Moses, thank you for joining me. Love Williams, thank you for joining me. Thank you, my own Mabel. Thank you for joining me this evening live. Wilson Onete, Jacinta Agbolo, thank you for watching me. Mba Ebu Michael, thank you for joining me this evening. Yes, Chris Ante, thank you for joining me. Now we are over 1,000 viewers. We have to start so that a lot of you will go and rest because there is a lot of information we want to pass to you people. Johnson Ibe Okoro, Zababebi Ekele, thank you for the this name is very difficult for me. I have to call it. Egwatu Onyebuchi, thank you for joining me. And Mazi Joe DK Kelechi Ephraim, Stanley Ejiogo, Mwabike Innocent, thank you. Alex Petros, thank you for joining me. Prosper Miri, thank you for joining me. Before I start, I would like to give a very big shout out to the IPOB Finland. IPOB Finland, wherever you are, all the family of IPOB Finland, I want to thank you guys for a wonderful thing you are doing. I want to thank the IPOB Sweden, IPOB Austria, IPOB in all Scandinavia, Norway. I want to give you people a special shout out this evening because every IPOB family, wherever you are, you people are doing Biafra proud. You people are doing Biafra proud. I want to thank you people this evening. I want to thank also other Biafra agitators anywhere in the world. Any place you are representing Biafra, bringing the Biafra gospel to the world, anywhere you are, we are recognizing you. I am this evening shouting out to all Biafra agitators anywhere you are. You guys are wonderful. This struggle is struggle of no retreat, no surrender. The struggle of Biafra is the struggle that nobody else can do it for us. It is our responsibility as living human beings from Biafra and that have Biafra blood running in our vein. So nobody will come and fight for Biafra for us. It is only us and us alone that will do it for our generation unborn. And that is what we are doing. So thank you all that are sacrificing everything you have to make sure that you fight for freedom of your people. Anywhere you are in the world today, somebody fought for the freedom of the country you are. And it is time you take the responsibility to fight for your freedom and freedom of your own people. So thank you for the good work you guys are doing. I want to also use this opportunity to thank the Igbo deputies. The Igbo deputies in South Africa. The Igbo deputies in South Africa. Wherever you people are, if you are watching this video, I want to recognize your efforts for what you people are doing. The Igbo deputies in South Africa, you are the ones that have filed lawsuits against Nigeria government for the proposed loan. You guys are doing a wonderful job. We are going to hold Nigeria and we will follow Nigeria bomber to bomber. This struggle is struggle of no retreat, no surrender. It is either Biafra or Biafra. So, thank you this evening for joining me. I want to quickly show you the breaking news. The breaking news now in Nigeria. Watch, and the clip I'm going to show you now is the breaking news in Nigeria. The country is going down, and like I have always said, the only way Nigeria will know peace is by appeasing the blood of millions of innocent Biafrans they wasted since 1960. And the only way to appease the blood of innocent Biafrans that were wasted by the evil and demonic Nigeria government is by giving Biafra freedom. That is the only way to appease the blood. If the blood of Biafrans are not appeased, if the blood of Biafrans are not appeased, the news I'm about to show you now will be the fate of Nigeria until Biafra come. Now, watch this. Not watch, but read through this. This is a breaking news in Nigeria. The Senate President of Nigeria, of the evil country called Nigeria, terrorist country called Nigeria, number 3 terrorist country in the world called Nigeria. As you can see, this is the breaking news. Help Nigeria out of poverty. Senate President begs World Bank. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has said Nigeria was in need of support of all international financial institutions in its present economic challenges. You see, we told them this is country that has oil. Country that has oil and numerous natural resources. Crude oil. They are begging World Bank and other international financial institutions to come and help them. We told them this is just the beginning. This loan that China wanted to give to them, we have killed it. China cannot give that loan. You remember the House of Representatives, they have come to reject the loan. And as you know, Biafran, let me show this screen to you as well. As you can see, this is the petition by Igbo group called Igbo Deputies in South Africa. They wrote a very strong petition against Nigeria government, and also party to the petition is China Bank. Like we advised, Anthony Ategu, thank you for joining me. Like we advised that the Eastern governors, the governor of the Eastern and Igbo-speaking part of Biafra should file a lawsuit against Nigeria. We gave that advice and give details how this lawsuit could be filed against Nigeria, and also petition the party to be included in that lawsuit should be China. And of course, we know that the Southeast governors, the governors of the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra, because of they have implanted Judas and Afonja among them, like the one in Imo State and like the one in Imo State, and now Ebonyi State governor is towing that part. We know that anything about fighting for the right of Igbos, they will never do it until the time for hostility comes, before they will be running from pillar to pole and looking to negotiate with Biafrans. Now we are calling them and in peace, asking them and advising them what to do to save the interests of Biafrans, and they are not listening. This thing you are looking at, the petition, the Igbo group petition China Exim Bank, demand suspension, cancellation of loan. You know that after this whole drama, which is coming from Igbo group, the House of Representatives, of course, swift into action And they started debating, and at the end of the day, they come to a conclusion that they are not going by the federal government proposed loan. You see, so after the House of Representatives decided not to go by this, to accept this loan by Nigeria government, now the Senate president is shouting very loud to international financial institution. Remember that they have been to World Bank before. One bank refused giving them loan. They also went to Africa Development Bank. Africa Development Bank rejects giving them loan before they now go to China, thinking that everybody will keep quiet when they go to China, because China is known for corruption and they can do anything for anything. And they ran to China. Today, they think that we will all fold our arms and hands and look them as they embezzle and squander Nigeria and sinking the ship of Nigeria before Biafra or disintegration of Nigeria. The mess they want to put Nigeria into is pushing them. And this is why you will see a country that is pumping crude oil is asking for loan from international financial institution. I want to tell you people one thing this evening before I go, because there is this video I shared this evening. I want to still analyze something from that video very briefly. And I want more of Oduduwa people, our brothers from Yoruba land, to watch this video. It's very, very important. And the information I'm about to pass to you now is also very, very important information that I want everybody to think on. Now, what is the price of oil? What is the price of oil? I will give this information, and then in my next live broadcast, I will come with analysis of the fraud that these Fulanis and these nomadic Fulanis who don't know anything about governance, how they have run Nigeria and defrauded you. I will come with the analysis, but let me give you a very quick information. Now, remember, the oil price has fallen down. It is now $30 per barrel. $30 per barrel. Now, what is the price of PMS? The price of PMS still remains 145 naira, right? I want somebody to tell me, how much are you buying your fuel in Nigeria? 145 naira. When oil price, when the per barrel, how many liters do you have in a barrel? How many liters? You have about 15 or so. How many barrels do you have in a liter? How many liters do you have in one barrel? I want somebody to tell me how many liters of fuel do you have in a barrel. I'm looking at the comments. You have about 15 or so liters in one barrel, if I'm not mistaken. And that is why I said I'm going to come with a detailed analysis. You have about 15 liters in one barrel. If that information is correct, could somebody confirm it? Could somebody confirm it? 145 naira per liter, yes. And the crude oil is now $30 per barrel. 15 liters, right? Somebody said 15 liters. 158.9 liters. Thank you. So anyway, so 158.9 liters. Okay. Is it 15 liters or 150.8 liters? I think it should be 15 liters. Anyway, whatever the liters is, it is about 15 liters in a barrel. Now, I want you people to know something today. The oil is now $30 per barrel. And you are still buying at 145 naira per liter. Okay? When the oil was $60 per barrel, you are still buying fuel in Nigeria 145 naira per liter. Okay? When oil is $80 per barrel, Nigeria government controlled by Fulani is still selling you fuel 145 naira per liter. When oil price catapulted to $100 per barrel, you are still buying fuel in Nigeria 145 naira per liter. When price of oil catapulted to more than 100 naira per liter, you are per barrel, you are still buying fuel 145 naira per liter. Are you not? Is it not time you begin to ask yourself question? Why, when the fuel is high, you buy the liter 145 naira? Today, price of oil has fallen down and it is $30 per barrel. You are still buying 145 naira per liter. Now, calculate 145 naira times 15. How much will it give you? I want somebody to give me the answer there. Sorry. I want you to calculate. It's a simple mathematics. 100, press your calculator. 145 naira times how many? 115 liters, which is, can you people times it? I want somebody to, because this is also something you have to be part of, so you can be following. I will not just come and give you and press my calculator and calculate it and give you. I want you people to be following, and you see why we can never accept Nigeria and the fraud that has been going on for over 50 years. I want somebody to quickly press calculator. 145 naira times 15. I want somebody to press calculator. 145 naira times 15. How much did he give you? It is 2,175 naira. 2,175 naira. Somebody got 2,175 naira. Now, how much is $30? Convert to naira. How much is... Somebody is saying 159 liter in a barrel. So which one is correct, please? Can we know which is the correct? Is it 15 liters or 158 liters? It is about 158. Thank you very much. Now, if it is about 158, now I want somebody to press calculator times 145 naira times 158. It will give you 23,000. Let us say it is 23,000. 23,000. Let us put it at 23,000. Now, I want you to check how much is $30. How much? Convert $30 to Naira. Convert $30 to Naira. How much will it give you? Check it immediately in internet. How much is $1 to 1 Naira? Convert it immediately and give me the figure. $30. How much is $30 in Naira? We have already accepted 23,000. So how much is $30? $30 in Naira. $30 in Naira. $30 in Naira. How much is $30? 159. Some people say 159. Okay. How much is $30 in Naira? $30. I want to know how much is $30 today in Naira. $30. How much is $30 in Naira? I want you people to give me that information. Fast. $30 in Naira. How much is it? $30 is 10,000 Naira. Is that correct? Is $30 10,000 Naira? Is that our final answer? $30. How much is $30 in Naira? How much is $30 in Naira? $30. Somebody say it is 10,000. $30 is 11,000. Okay, we have 10,000 and we have 11,000. Let us accept 11,000. Let us accept 11,000. Okay, a lot of people are going with 10,000, 10,000. Okay, let us say we accept 10,000. 10,900. Let us put it 10,000. Okay. Now, this is the price of 10,000 Naira is price of barrel. Price of 1 barrel. And that in that 1 barrel, you have how many liters? You have 158 liters at 145 Naira in your own country. In your own country, where the oil is coming from. Are you people understanding that? Where your oil is coming from, it is now $30 per barrel. They are selling. And according to you, that $30 per barrel, or that $30 is 10,000 Naira for 158 liters. Right? And they are selling it to you 145 Naira per liter. You see? And one thing is that every time when the price of oil is even $100, they still sell it at 145 Naira per liter. To you, in your own country. Have you seen what Fulanis are doing to you? Have you seen what Fulanis are doing to you? They have defrauded you for 50 years. If the government is selling oil to outside country, to abroad people that in foreign countries, they are selling the crude oil $100. And what is holding this government from selling the oil 40 Naira per liter to their own citizen in Nigeria? The question, not even 70. Because we are not calculating at profitable what the government should be selling the oil, the petrol, gas to Nigerian citizens should be 40 naira per liter. Because they are not depending on Nigeria. It is being pushed outside the country. Over 200 million people. How many cars do you have in Nigeria? Millions of cars that are using petrol. And when they sell this crude oil, $100 per barrel, they will still sell 1 liter, 145 naira to you. When the price of oil come down to $80 per barrel, the Nigeria government, controlled by Fulanis and terrorists, will continue to sell this same thing 145 naira to you. Now that the price of oil has fallen down to $30 per barrel, you are paying more than what they are selling abroad. And when I am telling you people that you see this refinery, the other day I made a video, you see this refinery that Dangote is building. You people are saying he is going to employ 70,000 people. He's going to, that is when your brain is not working, you become Dundee. You become Dundee. You become Dundee because what they are doing is that when they are selling the crude oil to 10,000 naira for when they are saying 10,000 naira for 158 liters of oil, you are buying 23,000. Now, of course, some people will say there is a refinery. What about the refining? What about what they use to refine oil? You see, that is the problem. Because when they are refining the oil, they are still telling you they are paying subsidy for refining the oil. And they come to tell you there is oil subsidy. And you are paying ×2, more than ×2, what your government is selling to people abroad. Isn't that wickedness? Have you not seen how they have dried you and scammed you for many years? And it is time we begin to research on all these things. They have been scamming you, and this is, most of this thing is not deliberate. It is that because they don't know what is economy, how to run economy of a country. And that is why you see Nigeria, you see the Senate president. That is why you will see Senate president. That is why you see Senate president writing to one bank. They should come and rescue Nigeria by borrowing Nigeria money. This is why you see the Senate president shouting today, 17th of March, 2020. Nigeria, a country with monoproductive driving economy, is at the mercy of downward slide in the price of crude oil in the international market. Receiving the new World Bank country director for Nigeria, Subham Chowdhury, Senator Lawan said Nigeria would appreciate the support of World Bank to mitigate poverty. He attributed dwindling earnings from crude oil to the ravaging deadly virus, coronavirus, which he noted was impacting negatively in the nation's revenue projection to drive 2020 budget. The question I want to ask Nigerians and Lawan this evening, was there coronavirus from 2015 to 2019? Or is there any virus that was in Nigeria we didn't know about that could have made the economy of Nigeria dwindling? Because everybody in Africa, failed leaders in Africa, are using coronavirus as an excuse. That because of coronavirus, your economy is dwindling. Did coronavirus affect the economy from 2015 to 2019? That is the question. And the answer is no. What is holding you, or what were holding you from driving the economy when coronavirus was not there? And they have been cheating you. The biggest Yahoo, the biggest, it is not just about this, the biggest Yahoo in the entire history of human race is this Nigeria government. Not only that they are Yahoo, the terrorism, they added terrorism. And they are sponsoring terrorism. And they are ripping you off. They sell cheaper to people in abroad, and you buy and pay fuel for fuel that is coming from Biafra land twice. Twice. You are paying double to use fuel in your own country, your one Nigeria. You will go to a fuel station and park your car, buy 1 liter, 145 naira, and you say, it is cheaper. They sold one time like that, they sold 200 and this, and you are happy. Meanwhile, they are ripping you off. They rip you off in fuel station, in gas station. They rip you off in the bank. They rip you off in your marketplaces by levy and extorting money from you. They rip you off on the road using the police. They rip you off by robbery. They rip you off by kidnapping. They rip you off in every corner of your life as a Nigerian. The government is the biggest Yahoo in your life, in your business, in your accounts. And you don't know this. It is time Nigeria senators, those who are, at least who have integrity, begin to investigate what I am saying now. Why is crude oil, why is price of oil in Nigeria, why are Nigerians paying double? Cheaper, they sell cheaper to abroad, they sell cheaper to international community, they sell cheaper to Cotonou, and you are paying double to use your own oil from your land. It is something that you have to think about. It is something you have to think about. Now, the issue of the Senate, where he is now asking for World Bank loan. I want to stop here and let me transfer to the next topic. When I shared a video, I told you, one moment, I told you that somebody is writing about VAT. Yes, it is part of the Yahoo. So what I just give you a little bit information. I will come with a detailed analysis. With a detailed analysis that will blow your mind to know that you have been scammed for over 50 years. And because you have people who do not know how to run economy of country and let the people in that country live a very good life. That is why you see, you are asking, is Saudi Arabia, doesn't Saudi Arabia have oil? Doesn't Norway have oil? Why are their own different? Because of the wickedness of Fulanis who are making laws and decision and economic policy in Nigeria for decades. They are not thinking about you. And this is one of the reasons we want Biafra. We want Biafra. We want a country that will be run by human beings. We want a country that will be run by people with conscience. We want a country that will be run with civilized people. We want a country that will be run with civilization And people of Biafra are scattered all over the world in different fields of life. Everybody will come back to Biafra and put all their resources, ideas, and professional, everything together to move Biafra forward. That is not possible in Nigeria because Fulani believe that they have the power to stay. Whether Nigeria is sinking, they want to be the captain of the ship. And that is why a lot of you don't reason again, that you don't understand that when I say Dangote cement is cheaper in Benin Republic, you think it is a joke. You will go to Benin Republic to buy Dangote cement. It is cheaper there than what he sells in Nigeria. And when this refinery that he's building now, once it finishes, the fuel will be more expensive. It is not going, he is not going to sell 17 naira per liter. It will be more expensive. It is just designed to continue to put you into poverty and suffering. And if you want to continue to enjoy that kind of life, you can continue. When Biafra come, if you like poverty, if you like to live in a country that you don't have medical, you don't have hospital, no electricity, no social benefit, no nothing, no insurance, you can choose to go with Nigeria. Yeah, and go with your property if you want. But we are looking for a country that everybody will go back and start building. We want to see a workable country like where we are in Western world. That is why they are afraid of Biafra. They are not telling you, they are not fighting against Biafra because they are afraid of what the Biafra will become in the entire West African region. That is what the Fulanis are afraid of. But it is late because we will stop at nothing until Biafra is restored. I want to quickly go because this battery, I did not charge it. So I want to quickly show you what I want to show you now, and then I continue without the videos and all that. Now, listening to this video I have just shared it a few hours ago, but there is something I want you to know from this video. Something very, very brief I want you to know from this video. You see, when we are telling you, especially now that they know that Yorubas have waken up, they are not happy. They are not happy that Yorubas are awake. Fulanis are not happy at all. They are not happy that Yorubas are awake. And that is what is going on now. They are not happy that Yorubas are awake. Let me check for the volume of this video.
It's a Biafran. You are shouting one Nigeria. Now, have patience, go through and listen to this video and let it change your life.
The northern people, notwithstanding the presidency, honestly, the trust at least of the Southeast is finished. And I assure you too, in Yoruba land, listen to me, I am coming. I am coming. I am coming, please. Listen to me, not that they help themselves, gentlemen, please. We don't need anybody in this country, they help themselves.
I want to prove to you that every single thing Shatima said in this leaked audio conversation is what they are implementing today. They can never trust the Southeast. That is the reason why today in 2020 or from 2016, 2015 or 2016 after the appointment, you don't have any Igbo-speaking person as a security chief. Today, all the appointments in Nigeria, Igbo-speaking Biafrans has been sidelined.
I know that audio is very low. That video is somewhere on my page. I'm going to address the issue I'm explaining now, very clearly. Just a moment.
As they disbursed that borrowing, they sidelined the Igbo-speaking Biafrans, the Southeast Biafrans. Now, continue to listen to this, and I am coming to prove to you that the reason why they are bombing and burning Igbo businesses today is also a confirmation from this audio leaked conversation between Shetima and Adekule.
Most of these markets that are burning in Lagos, look at it, they are Igbo-dominated markets. You get me? In fact, some Yorubas were telling me when I was in Lagos last weekend that it is we, the Northerners, when we are in charge of Lagos as federal capital, that open room for Igbos to come and dominate them. And it's over now. And it's over.
Did you hear that? That was when they brainwashed Yorubas, for Yorubas to think that Igbos are their enemies. And today, in 2020, Yoruba people has come to realize that Igbos are not their enemy, that their enemy is this, one of their enemy is this man that was speaking on this phone. And that their enemy is from the north, and that their enemy are Fulanis. Yorubas realized that in 2020, and because Yorubas realized that, and now, for this man to continue to push and actualize what he was saying in this telephone conversation, that is why you see Igbo markets burning today in Igbo land. That is why you see Igbo markets burning today in Lagos. That is why you see bomb blast in Igbo community in Lagos. It has nothing to do with Yorubas, but they want to do it so that we continue to suspect Yorubas. It has nothing to do with Yorubas. Yorubas have realized that Igbos are not their enemies. Igbos are not their enemies. And now that they have realized, the North is out. They are out. This man, Shetima, speaking on this phone, his group and his gang of terrorists, they are out to cause havoc and mayhem in Igbo market, in Yoruba land. And that is what is going on. Continue.
And it's all happening. All the businesses Igbos are doing, we are going to bring it and do it. You get me? Fashola for the past 5 years have refused to approve any industry, especially pharmaceutical, to Igbo people. Find out. You are right. You are right. You get me? Right. So the Yorubas in this sport.
Yes. So what? Sorry, like I said, I didn't charge this system. So what I want to say here is this: when you listen to Shetima, he was explaining to Adekunle that is why Buhari want to give a special status to Lagos, so that indigenous of Lagos will take over the resources in Lagos State, so that when Igbo person, a Biafran, come to buy land in Lagos or pay for rent in Lagos, he will be charged like 10 million naira, while the other Yorubas will pay 4,000 or 10,000 or something like that. But this is not what I want to say. What I want to explain to you this evening is this: they have planned how to take over Lagos State, and this thing he is explaining now is the strategy and policy they want, the Emirates want to put into Lagos. The question I want every Yoruba man to ask him or herself is this: this man talking from the north was talking with a Yoruba a very big player in Yoruba politics, Adekunle. He was the one explaining to this Adekunle what Yoruba people want to do in Lagos. And Adekunle don't know it. Have you seen what and the point and the context where I'm coming from? Shetima, this youth leader of the North also, he was the one explaining to Adekunle, a Yoruba man, a blooded Yoruba man, politician in Yoruba, who should know everything that Yoruba people and politicians are planning. He is the one telling Adekunle what they have discussed with Buhari, how they will implement this in Lagos, how they will implement that in Lagos, how they will implement to rip Igbos off in Lagos, and Adekunle was just listening and nodding his head, because the fact is that Adekunle was not aware of all the things that this man from the North was talking about his own land, Yoruba land. And do you think that it is the Yorubas that discussed that with them? The answer is no. That is the information I want to clarify to you this evening. What Shetima was saying was not the plan of Yorubas. Rather, it was the plan of Fulanis when they take over Lagos. Because Yoruba politicians like Adekunle don't know that this kind of plan is being made and to be implemented in Lagos. Rather, somebody from the North is explaining to him what Buhari is doing and what they have planned to do in Lagos. Sequence to this, they came through the back door, like everybody knows their modus operandi. They now installed Emir in Lagos State. As I'm talking to you today, there is Emirates. It is not even secret. But they have come to say they are not dragging the place. They are not dragging the Lagos place with Lagos State with Oba of Lagos. And I'm waiting for when it will explode, because it will explode very soon. Everybody knows who Fulanis are. Everybody knows, any sensible Nigerian know their modus operandi. They have targeted Lagos. They have put all the strategies in place, what they are going to implement, how they are going to run Lagos, how they are going to levy people in Lagos. They have planned it, and this man is telling it to a Yoruba man who actually by proxy is owner of Lagos as well. Are you listening to that? This is the information I want Yorubas who are watching me, who will watch me later, to think over. That the Fulanis are taking over Lagos. And this Amotekon, this bomb blast you see that blast 2 days ago, it is them. It is them. They will make sure they cause every havoc to render, because any place they enter, it is bomb, it is crisis. You will never have peace. It will be hostility. It will be killing. There will never be peace. Any place you have emirate, go and check it. If the emirate is not the one that was founded in 18 or something or 19 or something in the north, you will never have peace. When they come to conquer your land, they will never give you peace. It will be hostility upon hostility until they weaken you. And they cannot weaken you, Yorubas, because why we are shouting this, even though Biafra land is being attacked, we cannot allow them to weaken you. And once they take over Lagos, when they take over Lagos, it is a very big, it will become a very big threat to us Biafrans. And that is why we are shouting. And that is because now it is time I shout again to Yorubas. When I started shouting last year about that they have invaded your forest, you people, some people was calling me names. At the end of the day, it came to pass that they invaded your forest before this Amotekon. Now, I have come again to shout to you, based on because I waited for this time to come. If I have started shouting this thing about this Lagos, a lot of people, a lot of Yorubas will not understand it. But it is time I am revisiting Lagos, which is the heartland of Yoruba. And that is why I am making this analysis from the recent happening, so that it will be more easy for me and you to understand the danger that has befallen Lagos. This emir you see in Lagos today that has come publicly to debunk that he is not taking over from Oba is a lie. You can learn from Ilori. Learn from Ilori. That is the same thing they are trying to... The same tactics. It can take Fulanis 100 years. They use the same tactics. They use the same tactics. And that is what is going on now. So what I am telling you today is that one, Fulani has planned taking over Lagos. Two, they have already have their templates how to extort money from even you, the indigenous of Yoruba land in Lagos. We, Biafrans, in Lagos. They have already the template. And when you look at somebody who was a former governor of a Yoruba state, former governor, somebody who is ordinary youth leader, ordinary Arewa Consultative Forum leader, is telling that man, Adekunle, what they have planned with Buhari, how they are going to give Yorubas a special right, the Lagos state, special right. That is what they used to deceive Tinubu. And they don't know that the special right they are giving Lagos is taking over Lagos. And they came through the back door and put Emir in Lagos. The news flashed and Oba started asking questions. The next thing is the Emir come to say it is a lie. Do you think he will come to say yes when they have not finished putting their men in places in Lagos? Do you think the man will come to say, yes, I am now the Emir of Lagos and that is it? No! It is what we call smooth operator. Smooth operator. That is what they are using in Lagos. They are operating very smoothly in Lagos. And when God is arresting them, this kind of information are coming out. People should begin to thank God and begin to work on this information we are giving out and how we analyze these things. And it is happening the way we are analyzing it. This is not an easy task. Because we are driving our car and we are driving the other people's car that are using the same road. That is the way to become the best driver. If you are a good driver, you don't just drive your car. When you are driving your car, you should watch the other car that is coming. You have to drive that car too. Because somebody may be very, very drunk or even don't know how to drive. And when the person is coming to hit you, you have to know that that person is coming to hit you and see how to maneuver the car. That is, you are driving your car and driving somebody else's car. Every good driver does this. And that is the system we are applying in this. It is not just about Biafra. There are a lot of things that make this agitation to be complex. Because you need to know why it is important. You know that you have to be safe in Yoruba land. And when you are safe in Yoruba land, we have more power. That is not, and if you think that, okay, you are Igbos, you don't have power without Yoruba, they will run you over. Our own is that when we are ready for them, they know what Igbos can do, they know what Biafrans can do. In 1967, when there were no awareness, it is only this small place you see that fought the war for 3 good years. The international community had no knowledge about what went through in Biafra until during the hunger. During the starvation. Nobody know what was going on. Even the people supplying arms to Nigeria didn't know what was going on. Until they know, before the world stood. And if that war would have continued, it would have taken it entirely different. By now, we will not be in Nigeria. If not that Ojukwu left and the second in command abdicated, we will fight that war and it will change. You know, sometimes you will fight war, and when you think that everybody has been killed, something miraculous will happen that will turn everything around. If not that the conscience of those that were fighting the war couldn't allow them to see the kids and children, innocent children, dying of genocide by starvation, Biafra would have won that war. When the world know what Nigeria did, when the people, the mercenaries that came to support them, that are corrupt mercenaries, could not tell, of course, they could not tell the truth. But when that journalist entered Biafra and took pictures, the entire world were shocked. And that would have changed the whole thing. But it didn't go that way. And we are not regretting it, because there is another opportunity coming. And this time around, in 1967, there were no terrorist group in the north. In 1967, Nigeria did not have 5 terrorist groups. In 1967, the north is not a war zone. In 1967, the North is not in poverty as they are today. In 1967, the North, we are feeding 3 times a day. But in 2020, none of them feed twice a day in the North. And when this thing will start, we will run over. In 1967, the war was fought in Biafra land. We were on the defense, because they brought the war to us. This time around, it is not going to be in Biafra land. If it comes to that, it is not going to be in Biafra land. The war will be taken to your doorstep until you let Biafra go. So, if you think that for the president who say they are going to defeat Boko Haram the way they defeated Biafra. Even the man don't even know the history of Nigeria. Who told you you defeated Biafra? You did not defeat Biafra. It was declared no victor, no vanquish. It is an English language. And stamped. And you come in 2020 to tell Nigerians and the entire world that you are going to defeat Boko Haram the way you defeated Biafra or fought Biafra war. How many years have Boko Haram hold you? Ordinary Boko Haram hold you in the entire north. Ordinary Boko Haram that you are sponsoring. You nurtured them, you fed them, give them money, give them arm and ammunition with foreign aid and whatever. How many years they kill your soldiers like chicken? The only thing that disturbs me and all Biafrans is that the people that you are sacrificing in northern Nigeria in the name of fighting terrorism are all Southern soldiers. And believe me, nobody will be that stupid again to continue to join your military. Your children will pay for all the atrocities you have committed against Biafran people. So Yorubas in Lagos, this is what is coming to you. It is time you wake up. This bomb blast that were targeted at the Igbos, it is not just about the Igbos. It is not about the Igbos. It is a war that have brought to you. Obasanjo wrote later, this evening I am telling Obasanjo that Buhari and his presidency, they have replied your letter in Abulado. Send this video to Obasanjo that the federal government of Nigeria have replied his letter through bombing of Yoruba land. That is the way they reply his letter. They have replied him with bombs in Yoruba land. How many kilometers from Obasanjo's place in Ogun State? They have replied you, Obasanjo, with explosives. And that is why everybody in the South must come together. This war is something that we have to fight together. Now that the Yorubas have realized that Igbos are not their enemy. Now that the Igbos have realized that Yorubas are not their enemy. It is time to join force and let us have the country. If you go to, there is no region in Nigeria that travels like Yorubas and Biafrans. Every place, in the US, in Europe, you see Yorubas and Biafrans. You don't see Fulanis. That is why they will do everything to bring you down, that you don't get visas to travel abroad. They will bring you down. They will say, is it this going down? We will all sink together. That is what they are doing. They want to reduce you to the level of people in the north. You can imagine that. If in your life, you are feeding 3 times a day, no matter what situation Nigeria is, you have fed 3 times a day, like good food, and all of a sudden, they will want to apply the way what they did to Biafra in 67 or in 70 by starvation. They want to do everything to make sure you are hungry. Because Fulani have trained. They don't eat. They don't eat. As you see them going from bush and forest to forest, they don't eat. Have you ever seen them? I've asked this question. You can't see Fulanis in a restaurant. You can't see them going to buy food. They don't eat. They drink all this zobo and kunu and nono, and that's it. And you cannot live like that. You can't live like that. If you starve yourself 1 week, it will show in your body as a Southerner. And that is what this government is doing. They want to reduce you so that by the time they start to attack you, you will be helpless. We can't allow that to happen. We will continue to shout until you realize that you are in danger, and a proactive measures will be put in place. And the only proactive measures now is coming together of the whole South. The whole South come together against the North. And enough is enough. This coming together is not for political force. It's not for political alliance. It is for disintegration of Nigeria. Because if you form political alliance, the problem is still there. It's still there. They will come and kill you until they reduce it to nothing. But when we disintegrate Nigeria, you have your border, you have your government, run your economy, you run everything. Anybody that comes to Lagos to stay must meet the requirement to stay in Lagos. Don't just come to Lagos, carry your bag and come to Lagos, that Lagos is no man's land. Lagos is not no man's. You will come to Lagos if Nigeria disintegrate today, Yorubas will run their economy. Oduduwas will run their economy. Do you think Fulani will come from the north? The answer is no. The answer, they don't have any business unless you allow them. Do you think they will come to Biafra? Biafra will be no-go area to them. They will never come. And that is safety. We will begin to deal with the local criminals, if there are any. Because we don't believe there are any criminals in Biafra land. The Nigeria is the one that is breeding criminals. It is Nigeria. The Nigeria system is breeding criminals. We are not criminal in Biafra. When the time what they used to brainwash people, Biafra, Igbo people are doing money ritual. How many Igbo people are being arrested today for money ritual? The answer is none. It was all fallacies. Fairy tale. And they sold it to so many tribes in Nigeria that Igbos are doing money ritual. How many Igbos have been arrested today with human head? How many Igbos have been arrested today with human skull? How many Igbos have been arrested today with human parts? None. And they sold these lies to other tribes. Igbos are rituals, Igbos are ritualists, Igbos are ritualists. Where are the ritualists today? Who are the ritualists? All these lies, and that is why we are changing the narrative. Igbos are very hard-working people. Igbo speaking part of Biafra are very hard-working people. They use this kind of tactics and lies to divide the Biafras. Igbos are this, Igbos are that. Where are, how many, tell me, bring the data today from 2015, let us not go far. From 2015 to 2020, all the arrests about human part and ritual, how many people or how many persons are Igbo speaking Biafra? The answer will be none. And even if there is any, it may be one or two. But I stand to be corrected. But on every day, on daily basis, you hear all kind of stories, all kind of news in Nigeria. And when Igbo person is arrested for fraud, everybody will shout Igbo, Igbo, Igbo. The fraud are being aided by people who are not even Nigerians. Crime is crime. And we will not condone crime in Biafra. Biafra will have, we will have data, what we call data system. And when you have a good system, a good data system, it will go a long way to prevent crime. And even if crime is committed, it will be easy to track the perpetrators. And that is why we are saying Biafra will be the beginning of civilization. Because you see all the scientists, most of the best scientists, the best doctors in the US are Biafrans. And they'll do the worst. The best engineers, Biafrans, and they'll do the worst. And we will be there. These nomadic people are ruling your country. A professor of law is a vice president to nobody, to no non-entity who never went to school. Your CGN today didn't go to law school. And every time you are parading yourself, well-educated, most educated, it is useless. It is time you come and fight for freedom of your people and the country that you will be proud of. Thank you, and let this message penetrate your heart. Because we do not have time. We don't have time. Have a very nice evening and good night. Share this video, download this video, let it go to people of Yorubas, let it go to people of Biafra, let it go to South, let it go to Middle Belt, let people watch and reason. This Lagos issue I brought up today, I want you to reason it. I want you to send it to your Obas. I want you to send it to your leaders in Yoruba land. Let them reason what I have just said in this video. If they don't need to watch all the video, make them watch this part where I talk about Lagos. I want you also to think and research on the oil price, how the Nigeria government has, instead of making the system to be easy for you, how they have ripped you off, the Yahoo government. And that is why you see that they are using your money to pay senators. They are using your money, country that is producing oil, they are using your money to pay House of Representative members. They are using your money to buy billions and billions worth of car to the senators. And the senators cannot forfeit buying that car. And they are looking for World Bank to borrow the money to go and buy the car. You see? So you must fight to come out from this bondage. Good night, everyone. See you again with another mind-blowing information as the awareness for Biafra and Nigeria disintegration continues. We hold Nigeria and we are controlling them like remote control. Thank you. Good night.